Welcome aboard to Cruisely.net, your all-in-one destination for cruise tips, ship reviews, and unforgettable travel inspiration. Whether you're planning your very first voyage or you're a seasoned sailor, we're here to help you make the most of life at sea. From hidden gems on board to the best ports of call, we cover everything you need to know so you can sit back, relax, and cruise smarter. If you love cruising as much as we do, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, drop a comment below, and hit that bell icon so you never miss an update. Your next adventure starts right here at Cruisely.net. Cruisely.net, set sail with us. Ever wonder what really happens on a 14-day Caribbean cruise? Forget the glossy brochures. I'm taking you behind the scenes of my Holland America adventure. From Miami's neon nights to San Juan's cobblestone charm, revealing the sea days, surprise detours, and even the planning blunders that made it unforgettable. November 1st, 2025. That date was circled, starred, and underlined on my calendar. It wasn't just the start of a cruise. It was a full-on Miami experience before the ship even left the dock. Setting sail from Miami always feels like opening a novel whose first chapter practically sizzles off the page. Samantha Brown's words echoed as I stepped into the city's golden morning light. My suitcase wheels hummed along Ocean Drive's pastel sidewalks. Miami isn't just a cruise departure port, it's a destination in its own right. With the ship departing at 4 p.m., I made the most of every pre-embarkation hour. The city pulsed with energy, from neon Art Deco facades to the aroma of Cuban coffee. I grabbed guava pastelitos and café con leche from a favorite food stall. Then, I wandered through the Wynwood walls, where street art exploded in color and creativity. Miami truly knows how to set the stage for adventure. The Art Deco district is like walking through a living postcard. Strolling along Ocean Drive, I was surrounded by the world's largest collection of Art Deco architecture. It's simply breathtaking. Little Havana's ventanitas serve up the city's best empanadas and cortaditos. This Cuban cuisine is the perfect fuel for a day of exploring. It's an authentic taste of Miami. With a few hours to spare, I even joined a spontaneous group tour to the Everglades. Airboats, alligators, and endless sawgrass, an unexpected adventure before the cruise even began. Miami offers so much more than just a port. There's a special kind of excitement and anxiety that comes with cruise departure day in Miami. The port buzzed with travelers, some seasoned, some wide-eyed first-timers. Holland America's efficiency kept things moving. My mind raced. Did I pack everything? Will I meet new friends? What will the next 2 weeks bring? It's a mix of anticipation and a touch of nervous energy. As I handed over my luggage, I realized how much I was leaving behind. Not just extra shoes or that book I'd never read, but the routines and worries of daily life. Boarding the ship is a reset. It's a chance to step into something unknown, with nothing but the essentials and a sense of adventure. This emotional shedding is part of the magic of cruising. The crowd at the terminal was a story in itself. Retirees ready to dance, cruise debutantes snapping selfies, and a family in matching flamingo pajamas. It's a wonderfully unpredictable mix. Every cruise departure from Miami brings together diverse people, each with their own hopes for the journey ahead. It's a beautiful tapestry of humanity. From the rooftop of the terminal, I caught my first glimpse of the ship. Its decks rose like a floating skyscraper against the Miami skyline. The anticipation was electric. This wasn't just the start of a cruise. It was the launch of 2 weeks of sun, discovery, and connection. It all began in a city that knows how to make every moment count. There's a special kind of magic to sea days on a Holland America Caribbean cruise. These are blissful stretches of ocean between port calls, when the only agenda is your own. Our ship transformed into a floating playground, a sanctuary, and sometimes, a stage for the unexpected. These days at sea became a highlight of my journey. They were filled with moments that were as lively or as laid back as I wanted. With no shore excursions to rush off to, I found myself rediscovering the joy of unstructured time. The Lido pool buzzed with laughter and splashes. The adults-only Sea View pool offered a quieter retreat. In between pool dips, I wandered into trivia duels and friendly competitions. My knowledge of 80s pop songs was both a blessing and a curse. The ship's daily program was packed, making it easy to fill every hour or simply do nothing at all. Sea days are when the ship's personality truly shines. I stumbled into an impromptu tango lesson with strangers. None of us knew what we were doing, but the laughter was contagious. Later, I joined an origami workshop. And yes, I got thoroughly schooled in shuffleboard by a couple who claimed they'd never played before. As Rick Steves once said, "Some of my best travel friendships started between shuffleboard courts and dessert carts." He's absolutely right. These little moments are where cruise memories are made. One of my unofficial sea day missions was to sample every dessert on the ship, purely for science, of course. From the casual Lido market to the elegant main dining room, Holland America's cruise dining options are a foodie's dream. I lost count after the 5th chocolate mousse. Evenings brought world-class entertainment, Broadway-style shows, live music, and comedy acts. The only real dilemma, cruising between catching a show or indulging in that other sea day tradition, the great afternoon nap. Whether you crave solitude or social energy, there's a spot for you. I found hidden nooks in the library and quiet lounges perfect for journaling or catching up on Wi-Fi. Meanwhile, the ever-busy pool decks were alive with music, games, and sunseekers. Sea days are all about finding your own rhythm. Sometimes that meant joining a group for an activity, other times it meant escaping to a quiet corner with a good book. Surprisingly, one of the most useful things I did was meet with the Holland America specialists on board. They helped me tweak my itinerary and answered questions about future cruise credits. They even showed me how to book exclusive low-priced flights for my next adventure. Their expertise took the guesswork out of Caribbean cruise planning. It made the whole experience feel seamless and personalized. Sea days on Holland America are a blend of relaxation, discovery, and connection. Our journey was a vibrant tapestry of island experiences. Each port offered its own unique flavor, from serene sunrises to bustling markets. These stops were the heart of our Caribbean adventure. They provided endless opportunities for discovery and unexpected delights. Our first major cruise stop, Grand Turk Turks and Caicos, welcomed us at 7 a.m. There's something magical about watching the sun rise over the impossibly clear water from the ship's deck. Grand Turk is famous for its beaches. I wasted no time heading straight for the sand. Within minutes, I was ankle-deep in turquoise, camera in hand, and, surprise, face-to-face with a wild stingray gliding by. These unscripted moments make Grand Turk cruise stops so memorable. Arriving in San Juan, Puerto Rico at 1 p.m., I quickly learned that Old San Juan's cobblestone streets are both charming and treacherous. My shoes never survive the maze of blue stones. The city is a blend of colonial history and vibrant culture. It boasts pastel buildings, lively plazas, and the scent of fresh-baked empanadas. Pro tip: skip the tourist traps and follow the locals to La Bombonera for the best empanadas I've ever tasted. San Juan cruise stops are a feast for the senses, but pace yourself. Those hills are steeper than they look. St. Thomas USVI is a shopper's paradise, and our ship docked bright and early at 7 a.m. I set out with visions of sparkling jewelry and scenic views. However, a quick detour to a jewelry shop turned into a hilarious misadventure. Somehow, I ended up lost in a bush-lined market, surrounded by colorful stalls and the sound of steel drums. If you're planning your own St. Thomas cruise stop, don't be afraid to wander, but maybe drop a pin on your map app first. The island's blend of shopping, scenery, and spontaneous fun makes every visit unique. Half Moon Cable is Holland America's private island gem, and we visited not once, but twice. The powdery sand and crystal clear water are postcard perfect, but there's a catch. Accessibility. Getting ashore requires a tender, and wheelchair access is limited. As Pauline Frommer says, Half Moon Cay is as close to untouched Caribbean beauty as you'll get on a cruise ship, but bring your own shade. If you have mobility needs, plan ahead. For everyone else, the island is paradise. Just remember, shade is scarce and the sun is relentless. Returning to favorite cruise itinerary stops like Half Moon Cay is a treat. The first visit, I rushed to claim a hammock and snorkel gear. The second, I slowed down, explored hidden trails, and found a quiet cove. Some things, like the gentle waves and friendly staff, never change. But each visit offers new discoveries. It's a chance to deepen your appreciation for a place. Whether it's a 7-hour adventure in Grand Turk or a quick dash ashore in St. Thomas, timing is everything. I learned to prioritize, hit the must-see spots early, leave time for a local snack, and always check the last tender time. Cruise stops in Grand Turk, San Juan, and St. Thomas each have their own pace. Embrace the island time, and you'll never feel rushed. There's a peculiar thrill in seeing a familiar name pop up twice on your cruise itinerary, especially when it's a place as dynamic as Miami or as blissful as Half Moon Cay. On Holland America's 14-day Eastern and AMP, Western Caribbean adventure, we were treated to 2 visits each to these standout ports. The second time around is never just a rerun. It's a whole new chapter. It offers a chance to revisit favorites or discover something entirely new. Our journey kicked off with the cruise departure from Miami. The city's energy is infectious. Think sunlit beaches, neon-lit nights, and the irresistible pull of Cuban coffee. But what really surprised me was how much I looked forward to our return. That mid-cruise Miami stop felt like a bonus round. Some guests dashed off for a second shot at South Beach or a quick trip to the Wynwood Walls. Me? I made a beeline for that quirky, tucked-away cafe I'd stumbled into on day 1. The first visit was a blur of excitement. The second, a slow savoring of the city's flavors and rhythms. Here's the secret. Miami's repeat visit lets you either rerun your favorite adventures or try something completely new. Forgot to snap that perfect Art Deco selfie? Now's your chance. Need to restock sunscreen or snag a Miami souvenir? You've got time. The unpredictability of weather, mood, and day of energy means no 2 visits are ever quite the same. Half Moon Cay is the kind of place that lingers in your memory. It's the private island jewel of Holland America, all powdery sand and turquoise water. Our first stop was a sun-drenched blur of swimming, kayaking, and exploring. But as I boarded the tender back to the ship, I realized how much I'd missed. The horseback riding, the nature trails, that legendary beach barbecue. So when we returned, I came prepared. Or, more accurately, I came unprepared. And that was the magic. I let the day unfold, wandering the beach, chatting with fellow cruisers, and finally trying the activities I'd skipped before. The second visit felt oddly satisfying, like flipping back to your favorite chapter in a book and finding new details you'd missed the first time. As Doug Parker puts it, the beauty of cruising is getting second, and sometimes third, chances to fall in love with a place. Don't overplan. Sometimes the best moments happen when you leave your schedule open. Try something new. If you snorkeled the first time, maybe just relax with a book the second. Revisit a favorite. There's no shame in ordering the same conch fritters twice. Sometimes that's the joy. Use the second stop to reset. Restock essentials in Miami, or simply recharge on Half Moon Cay's quiet stretches. Multiple visits to ports like Miami and Half Moon Cay aren't just convenient. They're a chance to deepen your experience, rediscover what you love, and embrace the unexpected. Each return is a second chance. And sometimes, that's where the real adventure begins. Let's be honest, the cruise booking process can feel like navigating a maze of dates, destinations, and dollars. That's where Holland America's free cruise specialists come in. Trust me, they're worth their weight in gold, even if you do endure the occasional hold music marathon. When I started my Caribbean cruise planning, I was overwhelmed by choices. Eastern or Western Caribbean? Which stateroom? How do I use my future cruise credits? Enter my cruise specialist, who calmly walked me through every step. As cruise director John Heald famously put it, in a sea of options, a live cruise specialist can be the best lifeboat. If you've ever tried to book a cruise online, you've probably seen those privacy pop-ups and manage consent preferences banners. At first, I thought they were just another digital speed bump. But Holland America takes this seriously. Their system lets you control everything from strictly necessary cookies to marketing cookies and analytics cookies. It's not just about ticking boxes. It's about making sure your personal data is secure, your preferences are respected, and your onboard experience is tailored to you. I appreciated being able to set my privacy levels both during booking and while using the ship's Wi-Fi. It's a small detail, but it made me feel like Holland America values my trust as much as my business. Here's a confession. I almost bungled my travel plans by waiting too long to book flights. After reserving my cruise, I realized I needed to lock in flights to Miami and fast. That's when I discovered Holland America's exclusive low prices on flights. These are available only after you've booked your cruise. Not only did I save a bundle, but the process was seamless. I booked directly through my online account, and everything was linked to my cruise reservation. No frantic searching, no mismatched itineraries, just a simple, stress-free add-on that made my travel logistics a breeze. If you've ever had to rebook a trip or use future cruise credits, you know it can be confusing. Holland America makes it surprisingly straightforward. After logging in, I could see my available credits, apply them to my new booking, and even manage deposits all online. The process was intuitive, and if I hit a snag, my cruise specialist was just a call away. Flexible planning is a big deal these days. Holland America's system for managing credits and deposits online gave me peace of mind for future adventures. Behind every smooth booking is a network of Holland America specialists, privacy tools, and user-friendly features. From the first click to final payment, I felt supported and secure. The cruise booking process isn't just about picking a destination. It's about having the right help, the right tools, and the right information at every step. This comprehensive support truly enhances the overall travel experience. Imagine this. You're somewhere between Miami and Grand Turk, the blue horizon stretching endlessly. Suddenly, poof! The Wi-Fi vanishes for a whole day. No pings, no scrolling, no just checking my email. At first, I'll admit, the idea of a digital blackout on a modern cruise ship feels a little unsettling. But as I let the reality settle in, I realized this could be the best thing to happen on our cruise. After all, cruise onboard entertainment activities and Holland America onboard amenities are designed to keep us engaged, connected, and entertained, even if the internet takes a break. With my phone suddenly useless, I found myself gravitating toward the ocean bar. The gentle clink of glasses and soft jazz invited conversation. I struck up a chat with a couple from Toronto, swapping stories about our favorite ports and wildest excursions. Without digital distractions, conversations stretched longer. Laughter rang louder. I realized how rare it is to be truly present with strangers turned friends. Someone pulled out a deck of cards, and soon, a spontaneous tournament was underway. The absence of Wi-Fi became an invitation to rediscover the simple joy of face-to-face connection. With no Instagram to update or emails to answer, I dusted off my travel journal. I jotted down the day's highlights, sketched the curve of the ship's wake, and captured snippets of overheard conversations. Around me, others were doing the same, writing postcards, doodling, or simply soaking in the view. Later, in the Explorations Cafe, a small group gathered to share travel tales. Someone recounted a near miss with a mischievous monkey in San Juan. Another described the thrill of snorkeling off Half Moon Cay. It's storytelling in its purest form, and it feels refreshingly authentic. Word spread that a crew member, let's call her Maria, had organized a secret, unplugged karaoke session in the Billboard onboard lounge. No screens, no backing tracks, just a borrowed guitar and a crowd eager to sing along. The room filled with laughter and applause. Guests belted out classics, some off-key, all heartfelt. Maria later confided, "We do this every time the Wi-Fi goes down. It's our way of reminding everyone that the best entertainment doesn't need a connection." Crew creativity, it turns out, fills any gap left by technology. What could have been a routine sea day, lounging by the pool, browsing the web, or catching up on shows, transformed into something unexpectedly memorable. I joined a cooking demonstration in the Culinary Arts Center. I taste-tested Caribbean-inspired dishes and even tried my hand at watercolor painting. Holland America's onboard activities and amenities shine brightest when we're nudged out of our digital comfort zones. As Brian Kelly wisely put it, the best connections sometimes happen when you unplug entirely, even if accidentally. On a ship built for discovery, a tech timeout isn't a setback. It's a chance to see what's possible when we let go of our screens and dive into the real magic of cruise life. As my whirlwind through Holland America's 14-day Eastern and Western Caribbean cruise comes to a close, I'm left with a realization. This journey is so much more than a checklist of destinations. Sure, the itinerary is impressive. Miami's energy, Grand Turk's turquoise waters, San Juan's old-world charm, St. Thomas's vistas, and the barefoot bliss of Half Moon Cay. But what truly sets this 14-day Eastern-Western Caribbean cruise apart is the way it weaves together sun-soaked beaches, onboard adventures, and even the occasional planning hiccup into something unforgettable. There's a quote from Anthony Bourdain that kept echoing in my mind as I watched the sun set over the Caribbean. A good cruise is never just about the ports. It's about who you become between them. That's exactly what I experienced. Holland America's approach to Caribbean cruise vacations in 2025 is a rare blend of structure and surprise. The itinerary gives you a solid framework, departure times, port calls, and a robust schedule of onboard activities. But it's the unscripted moments that make the strongest impressions. Maybe it's a spontaneous conversation with a fellow traveler over coffee, a last-minute decision to try a new activity, or simply getting lost in a book while the sea rolls by. These are the memories that linger long after the ship docks. Looking back, there are things I'd do differently, and things I'd absolutely repeat. Next time, I'd pack lighter. Yes, you really can rewear those dinner outfits. And I'd book a few more Discover More excursions in advance. But I'd never trade those lazy sea days for anything. They were the perfect reset between adventures. I'd also make more time for the ship's live music and culinary events, which turned out to be unexpected highlights. What I appreciate most about Holland America's Caribbean cruises in 2025 is the flexibility they offer. Whether you're a meticulous planner or a go-with-the-flow explorer, there's room for both. The support from Holland America specialists makes planning less stressful, and the digital tools like managing cruise credits or booking flights keep everything streamlined. Even their approach to privacy and consent feels refreshingly transparent, letting you focus on the fun instead of the fine print. But let's be honest, no cruise is ever perfect. There were moments of confusion, a missed tender, and yes, a sunburn or two. Yet, these little wobbles are part of the story. In the end, this cruise isn't just a list of stops or scheduled meals. It's a living, unpredictable journey. Embrace the off-script moments, the occasional wrong turns, and all the sunburned snapshots that come with it. So if you're considering a Holland America Caribbean cruise in 2025, I invite you to try this path yourself, flaws and all. Because the best cruise stories aren't the ones where everything goes according to plan. They're the ones where you discover something new about the world, and maybe about yourself, in between the ports. That's what makes this 14-day adventure more than just a collection of destinations. It's a chance to make memories that last far beyond the final port.
Waves of sound awaken the dawn. Our voices join to carry on. In every chord our spirits rise, singing freedom under open skies. Tides of melody calling out our names. Salt-kissed echoes carry salty refrains. Hearts set sailing past the breaking crest. Every note a promise of the quest. La la la. Feel the tide of sunrise in your chest. La la la. Let your heart beat by the ocean. Let's discover one life. Set your course to yeah. Find your voyage on cruise lead on net. Let the currents guide your dreams anew. Echoes of this song will carry you through.
Thanks for joining us on today's journey with Cruisely.net. We hope you found some inspiration and tips to make your next cruise even more amazing. There's a whole ocean of content waiting for you, from ship reviews to port guides and insider secrets that make cruising unforgettable. Before you head off, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment to share your cruise stories, and tap that notification bell so you'll always be the first to set sail with us. This is Cruisely.net, your passport to life at sea. Until next time, happy cruising.